What skyscraper was built in just 18 months?
Was the first building with more than 100 stories.
And has its own zip code.
Find out next on Sarah's Wiki Corner podcast.
It's time for Sarah's Wiki Corner. Hello, Sarah.
Hello.
Your Wiki Corner today brought to you by Nibleg Foods in the Genesee Valley Regional Market. Big fans of those. Them, they all.
Yes.
What are we learning about today on your Wiki Corner?
Well, we are wrapping up our theme week on the haunted history of 5 American landmarks.
Yes.
And today we're talking about the Empire State Building.
Ooh.
Yes.
All right,
Have you been there to the observation deck there?
I've not been up it. I've been past it.
Okay.
Never been up it.
Okay. Well, sadly, the Empire State Building has seen its fair share of deaths in its 93-year history.
Oh, boy.
There are many stories of people who have seen ghostly figures recreating their fateful plunges from the skyscraper's 86th floor observation deck.
Holy cow. So they see the people falling? Is
Yes,
that what it is?
the
Oh, my
ghosts, yeah.
gosh. That's terrible.
There's one in particular that has been seen on many occasions. Visitors report seeing a woman on the observation deck dressed in 1940s clothes, and they say that she laments the death of her fiancé in Germany, then simply just disappears over the edge.
Oh, my.
Yeah, kind of creepy. That'd
That
be
is
very creepy to see. So the site of the Empire State Building was originally developed in 1893 as the Waldorf Astoria Hotel. In 1928, the owners of the hotel decided to move, and it was sold to a group of wealthy investors. The group also purchased nearby land so they would have the 2 acres needed for the base of the building, and announced the construction of an 80-story building on the site, which would be taller than any other building in existence.
Yeah.
That was their goal.
That's big.
The plans were devised within a budget of $50 million and a stipulation that the building be ready for occupancy within 18 months of the start of construction. The original plan of the building was 50 stories, but that was later increased to 60 and then 80 stories. Height restrictions were placed on nearby buildings to ensure that the top 50 floors would have unobstructed views of the city.
Really?
Yeah. While plans for the Empire State Building were being finalized, there was an intense competition happening in New York for the title of World's Tallest Building.
That's so New York.
Yes. 40 Wall Street, which was then the Bank of Manhattan building, and the Chrysler building in Manhattan, both vied for this distinction and were already under construction when work began on the Empire State Building. The Empire State Building would only be 4 foot taller than the Chrysler building, so the plans were revised to include a 16-story, 200-foot metal crown and an additional 222-foot spire at the top that would serve as a mooring mast for the docking of dirigibles.
Well, I got to say, you know what? I've seen a picture of that. Did you know that? The dirigible, they were bringing it across.
Yeah.
They only used it once or twice, I think.
Well, dirigibles weren't really around for very long, I don't think.
No, but there was a photograph of it. It's the most surreal thing. In fact, I think it's real.
Yeah.
But it looks like somebody just stuck a big balloon on the side of the top of the tower at the top of the...
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. And the antenna there at the top of the Empire State Building is hit by lightning an average of 25 times a year.
Perfect. Well, stay away from that.
The project involved more than 3,500 workers at its peak, including 3,439 on a single day in August of 1930.
A lot of people.
That's a lot of people all working at the same time.
A lot of hard hats.
Many of the workers were Irish and Italian immigrants, with a sizable minority of Mohawk iron workers from a reservation near Montreal.
Oh, okay.
At one point, over 200 trucks made material deliveries at the building site every day.
Oof.
The Empire State Building cost just under $41 million to build, and that was lower than the $60 million that was budgeted for construction.
Mm-hmm.
It officially opened on May 1st, 1931, 45 days ahead of its projected opening date and 18 months from the start of construction.
That is
really amazing that they could build that in 18 months. Yeah.
And what year are we talking about here? This is
1931.
So almost 100 years ago.
Yeah.
That's unreal.
The opening was marked with an event featuring President Herbert Hoover, who turned on the building's lights with a ceremonial button push from Washington, D.C.
And did it light up, or was it like Clark Griswold?
Oh, I think it did. I think it actually did, yeah.
Super.
As of its completion, it became the first ever building to exceed 100 stories. The Empire State Building was the world's tallest building until the first tower of the World Trade Center was topped out in 1970. As of 2022, the building is the 7th tallest building in New York City. There are over 1,000 business offices within the Empire State Building. You want to know what the largest tenant is?
Who?
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn
is their largest tenant.
LinkedIn.
There you go. Yeah. Right. The building is so big that it was assigned its own zip code. It's 10118.
Oh, okay.
But it's not the only building that has its own zip code. Like, I thought that it would be the only one.
No.
But there's actually, as of 2012, 43 buildings in New York City that have their own zip codes.
Interesting.
Yeah. As an icon of New York City, the Empire State Building has been featured in various films, books, TV shows, and video games. According to the building's official website, more than 250 movies contain depictions of the Empire State Building. And in 2011, Cornell University researchers analyzed millions of photos and concluded that the Empire State Building is the most photographed building in the entire world.
Really? The most photographed? I mean, yeah. What else would you... yeah. All right. Okay. All right. I'll give it to you. You picked out a record to go along with the Empire State Building, did you, Sarah?
Yeah. So we're going to play New York, New York by Mel Torme.
We sure will. Sarah,
Throwback.
thank you so
Real
much.
throwback.
What's that?
Real throwback.
Yeah, thank you.
We've got one day here and out another minute to see the famous sights. We'll find...
There we go. All right, just so everybody knows, in the middle of that, I got up. I had to walk over to Sarah's side of
I was
the
wondering what you were doing, and then I realized.
console because I didn't know what song she was playing.
My bad.
And she has
I
it
told you.
scribbled on the bottom of her words
Did you
there.
read it okay?
I could, but you were holding your paper up
Oh,
at the time, so I had to come around.
Sorry.
Anyway, it's all right. It's all right. Hey, today's Wiki Corner brought to you by our friends at Niblack Foods in the Genesee Valley Regional Market. And if you're this weekend in the kitchen, maybe you're going to be doing some baking. What do they have, Sarah?
Well, they have over 40 different kinds of flour, which is really amazing because I did not know there were that many different kinds of flour until we first went to Niblack.
Sure.
But yeah, so if you have people you're baking for that have like a gluten allergy, they've got any kind of flour you could possibly want. We talked yesterday about dog treats, making dog treats.
We did.
They've got flour for that. Literally any kind of flour for breads, for pastas, anything you're making.
They've got it all.
Yep.
And a great helpful staff to help you find
Absolutely.
exactly what it is you need. Niblack Foods in the Genesee Valley Regional Market and Saturday hours as well. So yeah, we're talking about that Russia thing that Russia has fined Google
Right.
20. Is it decillion or decillion? Decillion. Must be
Decillion, I think,
decillion
yeah.
dollars for blocking pro-Russian channels on YouTube. The penalty, it's around $20 trillion dollars. And Google has been ordered to restore the YouTube channels or face mounting charges. It's only going to grow
Oh boy.
to maybe a gazillion
Or what?
dollars.
Or what is going to happen?
Just
They're going to send them to like their collections agency?
yes.
Or?
I bet the Russian collection agencies are really brutal too.
Yeah, probably.
Wouldn't they- I mean,
so.
what if they did send like a hitman over? I mean, I would never.
I thought that billion, trillion was a typo. I was like, this can't, what is that? I didn't even know.
I thought maybe a child wrote the article.
Yeah.
All right, stand
Doesn't
by.
sound real.
Here we go.
A whale of a town. It is a gas of a town.
It sure is. Mel Torme there, New York, a heck of a town. Sarah Deerriders, why did we just play that record?
Well, because we were talking about the Empire State Building.
Yeah, I think this. Oh, good.
Oh, no, I was going to say it's the last episode of our theme week on Haunted History of 5 American Landmarks.
Sure is. Sure is. Going out with a bang. Let's recap 3 things we must take away from today's Wiki Corner. Are you ready?
Ready.
Go.
All right, the Empire State Building was the first ever building to exceed 100 stories.
It has its own zip code.
And it's the most photographed building in the entire world.
There you go. It's big. You've been up to the top of it?
Yes. We on my senior trip in high school, we went there, and I'm pretty
that's
sure we
nice.
did that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's very nice. Yeah, I haven't been there. Walked by it. Not been up it. Yeah, it's quite a view. I've seen some pictures. We were just scrolling some pictures on our Facebook feed. Yeah, it's tall. It's tall. You see a lot from up there. Folks, want to learn more about the Empire State Building? Where did they go? What did they do, Sarah?
You can go to my wiki blog if you go to legends1027.com. On the homepage, there's a link that takes you to my blog where I post everything I talk about every day.
It's a Friday. I don't know what I'm doing. We got, folks, you can always stream this on Facebook Live every day at 4:10
right.
On our Facebook page. Also, we archive these things up on our YouTube channel. Go to YouTube and search Sarah's Wiki Corner. You'll find the entire library there. It's all made possible by our friends at Niblack Foods in the Genesee Valley Regional Market. If you do visit on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe so you see when we put new stuff up there. That's about it for the week. You coming back on Monday?
I sure will.
Love to have you. We're not doing a theme week, though, probably. Just a standalone?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're looking forward to it. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Traffic, weather on the way, weekend kickoff, Supertramp, Rolls Royce. We got so much to get to this afternoon here on Legends 1027. Don't forget, we'll play Remember the Time coming up at 5:10 with your chance to win a gift card to Petite Poutineery from Legends 1027.